softball chat with Morehead State head coach David Williams. I'm Matt Shabert from Athletic Media Relations. And Coach, let's reflect on last weekend. You go down to Southeast Missouri, and we're supposed to play UT Martin. That game didn't happen because of rain. But at Southeast Missouri, I think you would agree, an excellent day of pitching. Probably one of your best days pitching so far. You did split that series on Saturday, but just talk about pitching in general in that series, and then just about those two games.
Well, Kinsey Grossman threw a really great game, first game, and unfortunately we lost 1-0. And anytime you only give up one run, you should be able to win or have a chance to win. Unfortunately, we couldn't buy a hit. We didn't strike out at all in that game. I mean, our offense put the ball in play, but we just hit it right at them. And things would happen where you'd line it and hit off the pitcher and roll to the shortstop, and they'd pick it up and make an out. And we just couldn't catch a break in game one. Game two, another solid pitching performance. Tana Cipher threw a one-hitter, carried a no-hitter through 5 2/3, and just really had one errant pitch on the day. But phenomenal job by Tana Cipher. Threw really, really well, and Kinsey Grossman continued to throw well. And obviously our pitching staff kept us in games, and we were able to get enough runs in game two. In just game one, we couldn't really manufacture the runs when we needed them.
When you talk about your pitchers, your top two pitchers at least, Tana Cipher and Mackenzie Grossman, one stat that kind of, well, not really a stat, but something that kind of stands out when you look, Mackenzie Grossman, I think maybe 70 or 80% of her outs this year are on ground outs. Mm-hmm. Tana Cipher, just the opposite, on fly outs. I guess you'll take them any way you can get them, but just talk about the style of those two pitchers.
Well, it's just how they spin it. Kinsey's a drop ball pitcher, and she's going to force a lot of ground balls and really has a lot of downward movement on her pitches. So when you make contact, it continues to rotate down, and she does force those ground balls, which is great. That's what we want. Several games that Kinsey throws, the outfielders never touch a ball. And then Tana, like you said, is the opposite. She spins it a little bit different. She's got a little bit more rotation side to side and can bring it up a little bit. So when they do make contact with it they're cutting underneath the ball and it's going up in the air. So two different styles, definitely. There's definitely a difference in the two games. Infielders play most of the game and get all the outs in game one when Kinsey throws, and when Tana throws, the outfielders are a lot more active. So they are a little bit different, but right now they're both throwing pretty well and seem to complement each other very well.
Coming up this weekend, Tennessee State. Now that's a team, if you look at the standings, that has struggled a little bit. I think they're on kind of a losing streak, and I don't know, are those teams a little more dangerous when you play them? They're hungry for wins. They're probably better than maybe 9 or 10 wins that their record shows.
I definitely think they're better than 9 or 10 wins. Anytime you play a team like that, it is a little scary because they have nothing to lose. So they're going to come at you with everything they've got. And with a team like Tennessee State, statistically, they're really not bad. And when you look at them statistically, they're doing things the right way. They're hitting the ball. Their batting average as a team is pretty solid. Pitching would be their Achilles heel, but overall they seem to be a much more complete team than they were a year ago, and they're staying in games. That's probably the biggest thing. They're playing a lot of people tight, and nobody's running away with games with them. I mean, they will here and there, but Eastern Illinois, for example, on Saturday came back in the 7th to beat them. So they're staying in ball games, and a lot of times when you let a team that's scrappy like that hang around, it's definitely dangerous for you. So you want to try to put the game away early, and we're going to have to be aggressive and try to set the tone against them this weekend.
And one event that is going on this week, and as you watch, this will probably have happened earlier today, but you've got Northern Kentucky here on Tuesday afternoon, a midweek game. But also this is the breast cancer awareness game, and I know that Megan Tomoric, one of your pitchers, her mom had been diagnosed with breast cancer, and there's going to be some activities going on around that. And in the past few years, I know you guys have done this game or this event, and it's always been a great event for a great cause. So just tell us a little bit about that, and raising money for a good cause for cancer awareness.
Typically teams usually host these types of games and things like that. I think this year it's a little more personal, hits home a lot more because of Megan's family situation and her mother being diagnosed. So not only will we be trying to raise awareness today, we've been doing a season-long pledge campaign to raise money for the Tmorg family. And her mom's going to come today. She's going to throw out the first pitch. And, we're just trying to help promote awareness for this cause. And I think that everybody's a little bit more vested just because of the situation hitting so close to home to our team. And Megan's part of our family as a team, and we want to help her family out as well.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot for joining us. Good luck this week. That is head coach David Williams, Morehead State Softball. It's been our weekly chat on MSUEagles.com. I'm Matt Schabert from Athletic Media Relations. Once again, join us next week.